That was fun. Welcome to HumbleRoads, where we play Dungeons and Dragons with the Humblewood setting from our friends over at the Deck of Many. And even though I literally don't know these people, thanks for the sub, K
It was me.
Santello 819. You're supposed to leave the mystery. You're supposed to leave the mystery.
I don't know who
that.
that is.
I know that. The world didn't
Thanks
need
for
to.
exposing my maiden name.
Well, you literally just did that, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. Want to recap and just get into it? Does anyone have any announcements in their lives that they want to share with us? We didn't do life announcements.
It's almost my birthday.
It is.
It is almost your birthday.
The next session, I will be 32.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And guess what I got you for your birthday?
Nothing.
Not yet. So let's play some D&D.
Yeah, upgrade to roll 20.
Yeah. Yep. We'll do some roll 20. Who wants to recap where we are? You guys are in a rather not the safest place you've ever been in this campaign.
We're in a tunnel and a cabin with a bunch of gunk balls.
Well, we ran down the 3, right?
Say again.
It was like the 3, and we ran down 1, and we're now safe, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yep, you were safe. You stopped to take a short rest.
Okay.
You took a breather, so you got to heal up a little bit, which was probably needed after you were surrounded by some of these weird slime creatures.
Wasn't great.
I thought it was awesome.
All right.
And why are you in these caverns, y'all?
Because we're looking for Kenna, the strikingly beautiful and very intelligent. Wait, I lost what she is.
Research assistant.
She's a Corvum research assistant.
Okay. Yes, you are here to find Kenna at the behest of the Magistrate of Winnowing Reach, Walden Crane. A very, very nice gentleman that you all liked a lot, if I'm remembering correctly.
I picture him as being Walder Frey every single time you say his name.
Oh.
That's fine. That's fine.
Walter sucks.
That dude sucks.
Theater of the mind. It's all about visualization. All right. So we're going to start off there. You are all in a cavern. You've taken a little bit of a rest, and then you look further down to this. The tunnel you're in seems to be generally natural, although widened in some places to allow for easy passage from these now kind of defunct mining tunnels. It is dark before you, and you do not know where the individual you were sent for is currently. How will you proceed?
Well, for starters, I'll put light back up on my holy symbol so that we can see. And are we? Did you say we're in an open room, or are we still in a tunnel?
You're in a tunnel. Yeah, you're just in that tunnel from when you escaped the slimes from the cavern.
Well, I guess we should just keep moving then, right?
Can either of you magic peoples cast a sort of like locator spell or a finding spell?
I mean, I can try, but only if she has something that is magical on her person. That's the only way that would be useful, so.
And she was within.
Oh. Some distance.
Yeah, it's not, you don't. There are, those spells definitely exist, not usually available at these low levels.
Oh, I saw detect magic and assumed, but it's a self-range spell.
Yeah, but it's you can detect magic within a certain distance.
Oh, 30
like
feet.
30 feet, yeah.
Not much.
All right, so let's
Okay.
keep going.
as you walk on another 20, 30 minutes or so down this corridor, uh, things start to happen. Things that make me have to read a text box. Excuse me. Smears of luminescent residue line the walls of the tunnel. At first, the smears are sporadic, but soon there is enough faintly glowing goo to dimly light your surroundings. Coming upon a space that seems to be the center of the cave, you see a young Corvum. That's right, y'all. We're getting right into it. Standing next to a rock formation. Because of the sheen of slime covering the bird folk, you are quickly able to deduce that she is, in fact, stuck to the rock.
Oh no.
Her eyes go wide and suddenly focus on something above you. A giant slime drops down from the ceiling and attacks.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that's a weird way to start a session. This is what I get for deciding to read all the text box. I could have built into that more, but let's do it. Everyone roll initiative.
Wait, though, are we fighting the boss slime?
I don't know. You're gonna find out. Let's
I have no
roll.
magic left.
Same.
Well, at least we found Kenny.
Oh no.
And
Kenny?
Kenny, we found Kenny. She's stuck to a wall.
so
All right, I'm gonna.
wasn't great.
Okay. Oh, I need paper to write this stuff down on, because why would I just type it into the computer? All right. So at the top of the round, we have Quoth.
You.
Cute.
You want me to read it to you again?
Nope, that's okay. Quoth, what are you gonna do? You are in this
Okay.
cavern. This big ol' slime just falls down in the middle of the room and starts to kind of undulate before you, moving towards you in a way that's quite familiar. This thing is bigger than the ones you've seen. It is about 8 feet off of the ground. The colors on it seem to shift and morph as it moves in your direction.
Is it a caustic slime?
It is not a slime you have seen.
Ooh.
It is bigger.
It's a bioluminescent slime.
It is bigger. It looks different. Yep.
Ew. Okay. Okay, it's not within 5 feet of anyone, right?
Currently, no. It dropped
No,
down
okay.
right kind of towards the middle of the room. The way you've come out, it's kind of between you and Kenna, where she is like stuck in a bunch of goop, stuck to a rock.
Okay. Can I? So we're kind of in like a room, right, with the tunnel coming in, and there's the room.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on the entrance to this room.
Okay. Can I kind of like skirt around the side so I'm maybe like halfway between everybody else in the group and Kenna?
Sure. Yeah. So you go and you skirt around to the side. I need you. Why don't you roll a really quick perception check? Actually, what's your passive perception? That's what I'm gonna do.
Passive is 11.
11. Let me do a roll real quick. Okay. So you do not notice as you go. You're moving around. There are puddles and weird things on the floor. More of that luminescent slime residue, so that this room is dimly lit. As you're moving around one of these puddles, though, all of a sudden, one of those pseudopods shoots out from the puddle as it lifts up off the ground, and it was, in fact, a slime hiding in wait.
Ew. Okay.
So as you move out of its range, it's going to take an attack of opportunity at you, because you did not notice it. That is only a 12 to hit, though.
No, I have 15.
Okay, so it misses you as you jump out of the way and continue to skirt around.
Gross. Okay. If I'm still kind of close to that little one is still kind of up. It just didn't hit me.
Yeah, correct. It's kind of like making its way. It looked like one of the sticky slimes you saw in the previous room.
Okay. I'm gonna slash with my short sword at that little slime and try and take that little guy out if I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, go for it. Natural 20. Nice. Roll for damage on that. Q takes out her sword and just flourishes it, jumping back in after dodging this blow and swipes. Is that a...
I don't
So
know
it's
why
11 doubled.
Okay.
Is that
So we're going to double the 6 because it looks like the...
Ah,
Yeah, 1d6
should
plus
I
dex?
it's 1d6 plus 4 piercing.
Why did it do plus 5? That's what I'm... It says 1d6 plus 4. But it's... Okay, so it...
I can just roll it standard if you want.
Uh, if you want to. I just don't know what that is. That's not usually how damage rolls look. That's weird.
I'm gonna just roll a dagger one real quick and see if it does the same thing.
Oh, wait. No. I think it's because you got the natural 20 they did that.
Okay.
So so what I usually do is I double the die. That's right. Roll 20 automatically rolls 2. But we'll double that first one. So you're going to do 12 plus 4 is 16 points of piercing damage. Although the creature does not seem to take the full brunt of that. But
Okay.
you stab into it, and it kind of shrinks back down into the ground for a second. As you withdraw, it wobbles and seems like it's going to dissipate, but then it starts to form back up.
Oh, I hate these things. Okay. I'll just stay
that
where I am.
out.
Okay. After that, Benson is up next with 22.
All right. Roughly how far away from us is the big slime?
The big slime is about 15 feet or so. It's not terribly far.
Okay. I'd like to move into the room a little bit, the cave itself, and head just a little bit towards the direction the Q went. Not very far, just maybe like 5 feet or so. I don't want to go to wherever I saw that big the slime that swung at her go. I don't want to get too close to it.
Okay, you're going towards the sticky slime that Q is currently engaged with.
Yes.
Are you gonna get into melee with it or try to stay at a distance?
You want to stay at a distance. I just want to move out of the entrance to the cave and move off to that side.
Perfect. What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is, I think, 15, but let me double check.
Double check that for me, because that number is gonna matter.
17. Sorry.
17. Wow, really good. Okay, so as you're going, you go to step down, and you notice that some of these puddles, there's this one big patch that you look down, and even though nothing comes up to... it's too close to the ground, right? This can't be like a puddle slime laying in wait the way Q found, but it looks like it's made out of the same material as those sticky slimes. You notice... You think stepping on that might not be in your best interest, so you do manage to skirt around it and do not step into this sticky mess.
Got it. Awesome. So I'll kind of hang out where I am right there. Hopefully that means no one else will walk through it because I'm in the way of it. I'd like to take out my shield, so I've got that readied. And I will cast my Produce Flame cantrip, and we're going to huck it at the big guy.
Huck and Produce Flame at the big guy. Yeah, go for it. Roll to attack.
What else do I do except that?
It's a beautiful thing. All right, a 15 to hit, I believe is going to hit, but let me double check on that. Oh yes, a 15 will definitely hit.
Oh,
And then, so roll for damage.
I did. It's not good.
Ooh.
Oh.
That 1 damage.
Yeah.
Chipping away.
Yeah. Only like 100 more. It'll work.
Okay. As it's hit with this fire damage, and it The fire at first looks like it's going to do a huge amount of damage, right? You think you've found this thing's weakness. As it hits it, it starts to burn, and the fire continues around this whole slime. And then you realize, wait a minute, no. It's not my fire. This thing is changing colors as you hit it, until it becomes this deep red crimson entirely. So that shifting color it was is no longer there. It is this large, shining crimson red blob that is now moving towards your group.
Oh, great.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope. I'm gonna hold my ground where I am.
You made it mad.
I guess so.
Okay.
Is it like a flump? Is it like flump angry?
You don't know. You also probably don't know what a flump is.
I know I don't know what a flump is. I
Ah.
understand.
But I guess my answer to you as the player, not as the character, then is I ain't gonna tell you. You gotta find out. All right. That is Benson's turn. Up next at 17, Pua.
So I have no ability to cast like magic, so I'm gonna try and scare it with thaumaturgy. Why not?
Sure.
Georgie?
What are you gonna do to
With
try
thaumaturgy.
and scare the slime?
Real loud.
Oh,
Um,
very cool.
so I'm gonna like make myself all big, like as big as a teeny tiny porcupine can be,
Uh-huh.
and like arc up my spines, and I'm going to yell, "No more slimes!" And I'm gonna yell like soap, water, and like things that would clean slime to my knowledge, and see what happens.
Sure. Roll an intimidation check for me.
Guess what I'm not good at? Haha. Oh, not bad.
Really good. An 18. All of a sudden, Pua slamming his feet into the ground, screaming out, the quills sticking up on end like a pissed off kitty cat. Yells using thaumaturgy as the walls seem to shake, dust coming from the ceiling as he yells, "No more slime!" You are all rather impressed by it. However, this slime that is immune to being frightened is not terribly impressed.
Son of a bitch.
And continues to come towards you. That is your action. Anything else you'd like to do, Pua?
No.
Oh,
No.
That's like the cutest visual, though.
It was so good.
I would have been scared.
Every time you roll real well on that, and it never does anything.
It never does jack shit.
Except all of us are
Oh,
very
it's so
impressed.
gross.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, let's look at
Yelling
It's like-
soap and water at it didn't
All
work.
curled up. Yelling soap and water at this slime doesn't work, unfortunately. That was your action. Do you want to take a bonus action? Are you doing any
I
movement?
don't have any bonus actions, and I'm not moving.
Good. You're standing still in the entrance of the cavern. That is it for Pua. It is now time for slimes. First of all, that small slime that is right by you, Q, is going to take a whack at you. That is... What do they get to plus hit? Plus tree. Let's see how he does with his plus tree. That is a dirty 20. The dirtiest
Yeah.
20. He smacking you dirty. Okay. That is... Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
Great. My favorite. When Matt forgets something.
Yeah. From when you hit this slime on your turn, Q, I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Strength. Save. 21.
Okay, yes, you were able to pull your sword out of this slime fairly easily, but there was a little tug there for a second. And then he is going to smack you for 2 whole points of damage. As it's now up to its full height, just under the height of yourself as it comes and it smacks you across the side. You mostly are able to move out of the way, but it does get you a bit. As that happens, two other puddles kind of gloop on up and start moving in your direction.
Yay.
One of them is going to move towards Benson, because from where you moved in the map I'm looking at, that seems to be the place that I'm imagining you move, and hey, that's all I got going for me right now because I don't got a map. So he is going to roll another dirty 20 to hit. Another 17 plus 3.
Yep.
All right, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. As this thing, unexpected, I think you're looking off to the side at this big blooming thing, and all of a sudden you turn around and you try to move, but just in time, this thing smacks you across your thigh, threatening to send you over, but you do manage to keep your footing. The other one is moving towards you, but it is too far away to get to you. It is simply moving in the direction of your general group, although you're kind of split up now. Which way is this new kind of slime going to go, though? I don't know. Pua, why don't you roll a d4 for me? Even, it's going towards the people that moved. Odd, it is going towards you and Rin. Even. Okay. All right. Let's see. Q, why don't you roll a d4 for me? Even, it's going after you. Odd, it is going after Benson.
Oh my god.
There it is. All right. This big lumbering thing, red and undulating, comes at you. It is going to try and schmack you. Okay. That is a 21 to hit. That is the third natural 17 I've gotten in a row.
I think you have to log off and log back in.
I'm doing okay. All right. You are going to take
something less than 8.
It is possibly going to be less than 8. Yep, 4 points of acid damage.
Ew.
Yum.
And you are grappled.
No.
So this thing hits you. You feel burning under you. You scream out and you try to go away, but you realize this thing is holding you. You now have 2 slimes on you and you are grappled. That is a bad look. After that, Rin, you have not been able to move yet. You're still at the entrance of this cavern. What will you do?
Okay, so the little baby slimes
Yes.
originally looked like puddles.
Yes.
Are there more puddles?
It seems that from what you've noticed thus far, these slimes aren't terribly intelligent, right? In this case, they were still on the ground, not moving, simply because they hadn't, you just walked in. They hadn't had a chance to get up yet. At this point, there's 3 of them that are up. What's your passive perception?
13.
Okay. After you saw Benson kind of skirt around that sticky spot on the floor, you think there are potentially more of those. Although it's only dimly lit in here, you can't really tell where they might be. You just might want to be careful where you step. But you're pretty sure that if there were any other slimies, they'd already have come after you. They don't have they don't like to wait. Although there might be other shit I didn't tell you about. I don't know. Maybe we're just trying to kill you all.
What's the ground like?
Rocky and wet
It's
and
not like
slimy.
dirt, it's like rock.
Yeah, it is mostly like a worked stone. Although there's some dirt over, there's dirt, but it is mostly a stone floor.
So I couldn't shovel into it?
I would say no. No, it is not traversable.
Just because you got that shovel last time?
I'm thinking, leave me alone.
Oh, with your shovel? I mean, you might be able to break up, but it probably, yeah, it might be difficult to do. You do have a shovel though, so
I do have a shovel, but if the ground doesn't, oh my God. If the ground doesn't look super shovelable, I'll scrap that idea.
Okay.
Can I run up to the slime and whip it in the facial region?
The big one?
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, you run past Pua right up to this big slime, pulling out the whip and saying, "If you had a face, it would be." Roll to attack.
Is my whip in here?
That should be. I think I put them all. Yeah, there it is.
16 is absolutely going to hit this thing. Yeah, roll for damage. As it whips out, sending this crimson slime spray splooshing about.
Yeah.
Okay, you do 7 points of damage. Unlike the other slime, it does not seem to take less damage from this physical attack. As it just kind of splooshes, hits the ground, kind of sizzling where it hits from its natural acid. And
Natural acid.
that is some movement. That is your action. Anything else you'd like to do, Rin?
No, I think I'm good.
Natural Acid is the name of my grunge band. We'll be streaming live on. Okay, back to the top. Q, you are up again.
What? What do you mean back to the top?
Back to the top of the round.
I was last.
Did I go?
You screamed so bad at it.
Oh, I thought that was a round ago. I thought we had gone around
This
again.
was the first round. So much has happened. It's
Sorry.
so action-packed.
It was a
It
long
feels
second.
like we've done so
Oh
much.
my God, I apologize. I did yell soap.
Q, what are you gonna do? You are still grappled by this thing. You can. Let me see. Target is grappled. Target is restrained. Yeah. You. You can try to break that grapple if you choose, but it will take your action.
This is. Am I grappled by the one that I was fighting or the new
By
one?
the
that
big
popped up?
one, the new one.
The new one. Okay. I'm gonna try to break the grapple.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
Please be high. Oh my god.
Yeah, it does manage. You tug and it just pulls you back towards it. You are unable
Okay.
to break the grapple. That is your action.
And I can't move.
And you cannot move because you are grappled.
And I can't really do much with a bonus action because I'm held.
If you have a bonus action, you can certainly use it. I don't know what you have for bonus action things.
Yeah, I got nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah, talons would be an attack, so.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Benson, you are up. You have one of the sticky slimes near you, and you're fairly close to Q, who's in a bad spot. Although Rin has stepped up to help her. What would you like to do?
Is this close enough to me that if I were to try to move away from it, it would get an attack on me?
Yes.
Or it is.
Yeah, because it got close enough to hit you. So if you moved away, you'd be moving out of its melee.
It would hit me. Oh, jeez. We're going to, even though we don't want to be brave, I think we're going to be brave and take a swing at it with our quarterstaff. Stand our ground, take a big old swing.
Poke a hole in it.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a one-handed swing because I do have my shield out and I don't want to put that down. So it's the 1d6.
Well, you have to roll a d20 plus. And if it's a quarter staff, I think you can roll strength or dex.
Gotcha.
I think it's versatile.
Let's see. I think it does whatever one's higher, doesn't it? Because I just
Yep. If you do the roll 20, it should
yeah,
automatically use whatever's
yeah.
highest.
So it was only a 7 though.
Was that to attack?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that. Okay. Oh, I see. That was a 7 to attack. My bad. Yeah. So unfortunately, oh wait a minute. The sticky slime. Nope, that hits.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, these things are slow. They are not with a -4 to Dex.
Again.
Oh.
You do. You just whoosh, hit it. I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
All right. So I forget how this.
A 2. Okay. You smack it. It doesn't seem to do too much. Damn. And you go to pull. Your quarterstaff is stuck inside this thing. You are currently I think also restrained. Yes. DC saving throw. Oh, the weapon is stuck. No. You are not. Yeah, you are not restrained or anything. Your weapon is stuck inside the slime. You can try to pull it out as an action if you choose, but he took your stick.
If that's the case, I think, despite not wanting to get swiped at, being a little bit of a scaredy cat, I would probably try to run at this point. I've swung at it. It doesn't seem phased. It's taken my quarterstaff from me. I feel like the thing to do is to run back towards the cave mouth, at least where Pua is, and
Okay.
try to get away from this.
If you step out of its
it's
going to take a swipe at you. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, because it's going to swing at me this round anyway, because I'm right in front of it.
Sure.
So.
That's only an 11 to hit.
Ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, so it actually tries to like swing your staff at you, but you step back out of the way. You are able to skirt around, moving a distance that you know it will not be able to get to you in this next round. You are out of range of these slimes for this round.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome. There we are. That was Benson. Pua, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to use my short bow, and I'm going to shoot an arrow, i.e. a quill off of my back. But I'm going to use my tinderbox to set the arrow on fire before I shoot it at the big slime.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want you to decide how I have to do this. If you want me to do it over 2 turns, what it's this is what I'm doing, whether you let me do it now or over 3 turns.
I would say to light an arrow with your tinderbox is probably an action, but I want to see this happen, so I'll make it a bonus action and say you can do it this turn.
Wow!
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like have my tinderbox in my hand. I'm gonna like pull the quill out of my back, light it on the tinderbox because that's the thing that would happen.
Are you
and then
flammable?
just yes, highly apparently. And then I'm going to shoot it at the big slime when it's on fire.
Roll to attack.
Short bow.
Kill it.
17.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage.
But it's gonna do fire damage. I just don't know what do they want that to look like, DM Matt.
Yeah, so when the arrow hits it, the fire seems to fizzle and instantly the second it hits its crimson red skin. Or not skin.
Oh, I was hoping it was gonna explode or something. That's anticlimactic.
Yeah, it does
I tried.
not. It seems to be although it is affected by the arrow, it seems entirely unaffected by
fire.
By fire. Okay, that was okay. Perfect. I just had to check something. But that's piercing. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just had to check something really quick. Anything else you'd like to do, Pua? That is your action and your bonus action.
No, thank you.
See, I'm only benevolent a benevolent DM when I know what you're trying to do isn't going to work. Keep going. The slimes are up.
I had a hunch.
Yeah. That one slime starts moving closer and closer uh, to Benson, but you are out of the way, kind of behind where Pua is. That third slime that hasn't been in melee with anyone is moving closer to Pua and will be towards you next round. It is slow moving and coming from the whole other side of this cavern. Uh, um,
It's like that scene in Austin Powers where there's like the Zamboni like creeping
Yeah.
up on the guy.
No. Q. Does a 23 hit you?
No.
Ah, well then it doesn't work. So let me just read this really quick. All right. So, as that happens, you're already restrained by the pseudopod. Another one reaches out, wraps around your back, and pulls you inside of the slime. You are considered swallowed by this slime. You are entirely restrained, your entire body within the creature.
Do I look like I'm in a Jello mold?
Yeah, you're doing you're like freaking out, but you're also doing this little wiggle thing.
That's kind of cool. All right, I will accept that.
You seen the little one or the big one?
The big one. The little one, now with nothing left to swipe at because you're inside the big one, starts to also move in the direction of Benson, though is far too far away to get to you. Oh wait, no, that's right. Rin is right there, so it's going to attack Rin.
Do it. I dare you.
That's a 15 to hit, Rin.
Does it hit me?
It does, because yours is 15 and it's
Yeah.
high.
Just makes it. Okay, that's
Where's my pen?
that's going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage
Is it 15?
as you are smacked by this sticky slime.
Not 8.
Yep.
That's fine. He's a punk ass bitch.
He is a punk ass bitch, and his turn is over. Rin, you are now up. You are in melee now with a giant slime that has swallowed one of your friends and this little bitch that just smacked you.
What do I want to do? Well, I have 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
Can I try turning it into like a lasso and throwing it over the big slime to try and tighten it through the slime and just tighten around Q and pull her out of the slime?
So I will say this: we tried the lasso thing before we got in the cavern, and we said we would have to tie it in as a lasso before that turn. I would say because we talked about it, you probably turned that frickin' thing into a lasso. So
Yeah, right.
sure,
Okay.
you are going to make a check. You're gonna roll a d20, and I think add your dexterity modifier, and this is going to be just to get it around.
What's my dex?
This is kind of like the 2 hit, and
I
then
hope
if
he's
you
better at
do,
lassos than
if
I
you
am.
do manage to lasso your friend, I will let you do an athletics check the same turn. I think that's doing it as one action is kind of fair enough.
So a d20 plus 4?
Yep.
Plus 4 is not bad.
I do it right?
Yeah.
You're the worst, Matt.
Yeah. So that
You're
is
terrible at making lassos.
not a super tough DC, but it is higher than an 8. So you go and you try to, and as you do, the sticky slime kind of swipes at you, and you have to jump out of the way, and it messes up your lasso. And you're just thinking of those damn bulls back on the ranch, and you just can't do it. So that would be your action. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
What kind of damage do whips do?
Slashing?
I think that's what it was. 12.
It's slashing? Okay. I was just curious. Sorry.
Yeah,
Slash it.
I was slashing. I slashed it in the face region.
In the face region.
Really,
The
use a
face region.
lasso.
Okay, so that ends your turn, Q. We're back to the top, and you are up.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm totally inside this thing.
You are, and because you are totally inside this thing at the top of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Q, try to control
14.
your mind.
14. You are good. You feel this kind of burning against your skin, but you're able to shrug it off as best you can and not take any damage from that.
Okay.
You are grappled. You are inside this thing. What do you want to try to do?
So with my talons, can I try to like scrape a hole?
Yeah, roll to attack.
it? Okay.
At advantage because you're fucking inside of it.
I'll eat my way out.
Yeah.
Does Q have sharp talons?
Apparently not. No, I rolled a 3. Oh wait, advantage 8.
An 8 just misses. These
Oh.
things have unbelievably low armor classes, but this one is a 9. So you're just unable, I think, to get your hands, and you're trying to figure out the motion. You're not able to really scratch your way out, unfortunately. I was really hoping that was going to work. That was going to be cool.
I know.
If you don't die, you'll have another chance next turn. Anything else you want to try to do?
Nope.
Okay. Benson, you are up.
All right. So there's the one that stole my staff is heading towards me, correct?
It's with the staff like sticking out of it still, like it's an antenna pointing towards you.
And there were 2 others, if I remember correctly, right?
There are 2 others. One of them is also going towards. No. I'm sorry. One of them is going towards Pua, and then the other one is in melee with Rin.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Excuse me. So the one that stole my staff that's heading towards us, we're gonna throw a fireball at his face or a tiny little flame.
Throw away.
Let's see here.
All right. 17 is totally gonna hit. Roll for damage on that sucker.
Hey,
4 points. That with the other thing you said before, it kind of hits the end of your staff, which doesn't light, right? But it does kind of like split it up so that these pellets of fire just hit it from where it was, and it tries to like shrug it off the best it can, but it ends up melting across the floor with this scattered fire around, leaving your quarterstaff laying on the ground. A little sticky, but otherwise not worse for wear. That is a dead slime.
Yeah, awesome. I'd like to use some of my movement and maybe a bonus action to go grab that then.
Yeah, absolutely. You just movement, you run over, you grab it, you pick it up, and you look around the rest of the room.
Perfect. Awesome. And just so I know for when we come back around, kind of what am I seeing from where I'm standing? So there's the slime still coming towards.
Over to your left, there's Pua standing there, bow in hand, with a slime coming towards her. Over to your right, you see Rin in melee with another sticky slime, and then you see this big hulking shifting slime, crimson in color, and through that gelatinous crimson gunk, you see your friend Q inside trying to tear her way through, but just not quite able to get her movements down to do it.
And where in relation to that big slime and everything is Kenna right now? Is she behind that?
She is still kind of on the other side of the room. Yeah, she is kind of between all this action is kind of between you and her. You could probably skirt around without coming into contact, though. It is a fairly decent-sized cavern you are in.
I'd like to use the rest of my movement to start skirting towards where Kenna is.
Certainly. And you have to kind of like go and double back to not do it. So you're on your way over there. You can probably reach her your next turn.
Perfect. Cool.
Okay. Still keeping eyes out and stepping over some of those sticky pockets on the floor as well. But your passive perception is plenty high enough to see that. I'm saying too many P words, like the V for Vendetta speech, but with a P. Okay, Benson, that is it. Pua, you are up.
Okay, I I'm going to. I'm trying to figure out something that damages this thing besides magic.
Well, I will remind when you shot your quill arrow at it, it worked just fine. I mean, the fire didn't help, but it definitely seemed to take damage from the quill that you shot.
It took full damage?
It did indeed.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just do that again then.
Not saying you have to, but you're asking what has worked, and that definitely worked.
Get it.
I didn't realize because I was distracted by my creativity that didn't do anything. I'm sorry. Now I'm like thinking again.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll shoot an arrow at it.
Go for it.
13.
13 definitely is going to hit. Roll for damage with that short bow.
5.
5 more points of damage. Good. All right, you hit it. All of a sudden, this thing starts to deflate a little bit. Q tries to take that as an opportunity to run, but it kind of like bolsters. Although its weird shiftiness doesn't seem great. It's going from that crimson color, kind of patches of it are going back to the iridescent, shifting, rainbow-colored thing it looked like before. It doesn't seem like it's doing a great job of keeping its form at this point. Does that end your turn, Pua?
Yeah.
The slimes are up. The one that is in melee with Quinn is Rin, sorry, is just going to try and hit you.
Rude.
That's a 22 to hit.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, what did I do with my little card? Oh, it fell in the couch cushion. So you are going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as this sticky slime punches you in the belly. The other one gets in melee with Pua and is going to attack you. That is
Me?
yep, and that is a 20 to hit, Pua.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
17.
All the 17s.
Curl into a ball.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you are smackety smacked by a sticky slime.
Should have hit a big beefy sprig so we could just throw Pua.
This big slime is also going to move over because it is still fairly close to Rin, and it is going to shoot out another sticky pseudopod and try and hit you. Rin. That is a 19 to hit.
Meow.
Get wrecked by slimes, guys.
Yeah. What the heck?
That is 8 points of acid damage, Rin.
I'm like dead.
Are you unconscious?
Heck yeah.
I'm like dead.
This thing grabs at you and it kind of wraps itself around you, reels back and throws you at one of these rock formations in the middle of the room. You stick. You are unconscious, but stable, stuck to this rock formation, just hanging there.
Is acid the same as poison or no?
It is not. 2 different types of damage.
Okay.
Not early generation Pokemon rules. I'm very sorry. So that is going to be the slime's turn. Rin, you are up, but you are unconscious. So we are going to go back to the top of the round. Round 3 to Q.
No, not
3,
I'm
4,
gonna
something
try
like
and
that.
claw my way out again with my talons.
Yes, yeah, roll to attack. Again at advantage because you are within it.
12.
12 is definitely going to hit. Roll for damage.
4.
Okay, 4 points of piercing damage. As you do, you grab at it and rip at it. You are actually able to cut this thing in half. As you do. And as you, coughing, your feet find the ground, turn around to look at this thing, it looks as if it is about to form two separate smaller slimes out of that first one. However, it does not seem to have the health, the ability to maintain that. And instead, as it's trying to form itself, those little curlicues at the top, it melts into puddles on the ground.
It's dead?
It is dead.
All right.
Yep.
Yay.
The big guy is dead. There are two little guys left, and that is going to be that's your action. Q. Anything else you'd like to do? You have a movement bonus action if you would like to use it.
I'm not within melee of either slime, right? Either remaining slime.
You are not, but you could easily get into melee with one if you want to.
No, I do
Okay.
not want to.
Sure. I would say you're able to back up kind of in the direction that Benson was going, so they cannot get into melee with you this turn.
Yeah, can I kind of back towards Kenna?
Yep,
I think
absolutely.
that's where Benson was kind of heading anyway. Yeah, and avoiding anything on the
Yep,
ground.
looking around. Make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Thank God!
I'm the
Thank
worst
God!
rogue ever.
After it, right foot stuck on the ground. Dun, 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 dun. What do they use the DC for that? Roll a strength save.
11.
You're. Oh yes, it is a DC 10. So you are able to wrench your foot free, and you are not stuck to the ground.
Oh, thank
Bleh.
There we go. I was having trouble finding it. Yep. Steps on a trail, becomes restrained unless they make a DC 10 strength saving throw. So you made it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ill my way over to Kenna then.
Sure. Yeah, and you're almost to her. You can get there next turn.
Okay.
Okay. That is Q's turn. Benson, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish moving towards where Kenna is.
Yeah, definitely. You see her, and her eyes are wide. She doesn't seem to have the strength to move her way out of the sticky grossness that is surrounding her.
Does it look like I could pull her out of there easily enough, or is she really stuck?
You might be able to.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull her off.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
Cat butt.
Where is drain? There it is.
Yeah. You reach through Benson with another moment of bravado, reaches through, feeling the gunk on your feathers in your arms, and pull Kenna free. She falls into your arms, wrapping her arms around you as she's just gasping for air.
Beautiful.
I'm so brave.
I heard that she's strikingly beautiful.
We don't
All right in your eye.
remember that part,
Yeah.
right, Pua?
I don't know why I'm here, but I know she's a hottie.
Gross.
Benson, that is your movement. That is your action. You have pulled Kenna out. Anything you would like to do?
No, I just want to kind of look out towards, where the slime are, and I just want to be ready. So I got my shield, and
Meet your girlfriend.
yes.
Yeah. This is
Really jealous?
This is definitely the cover of a really weird, bad romance novel where you have the girl in your arms in the cave, except you're a fucking bird and she's a fucking bird, and
Very specific audience. that
yeah,
was.
it's a very specific audience. I'm that audience. Okay, Pua, you are up.
So now that the big slime is down, I'm gonna start heading towards Kenna. There are slimes in the way, however, right?
There's a slime in melee with you.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
I'm gonna mace that thing.
You take out your mace and put that
I'm
away,
pissed now. I'm so done.
whipping your mace around and just smooshing into this thing. Go for it. Roll to attack. 14 is gonna hit.
14.
Roll for damage on that sucker.
5 bludgeoning damage.
5 bludgeoning damage. It does not seem to take the full brunt of that, but you do sploosh
Bastards.
some
I just
stickiness
want to
away.
smush them.
I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Is it strength? I thought it was con to get my thing back.
It is a strength saving throw.
Okay. Bye-bye, mace.
Your weapon is stuck in the slime.
Son of a bitch!
The slimes is sticky. All right.
Forgive me, Ardia. Son of a bitch.
You're not sure if she forgives you. You'll have to roll a religion check for that your next turn. Okay. It is the slime's turn now. This sticky slime is going to try and attack you again, Pua. Plus, this is going to be tree. That is only an 8
Bring
to
it
hit,
on,
though.
bitch.
It tries to do what you do and whip this mace around to smack you, except it's holding the ball end, so it's only whipping around the handle, and it's not very effective.
Well, bless your heart.
Everyone else, there is another slime up, though it's not looking great. It is trying to make its way towards Benson, Q, and Kenna, but it is nowhere close to you as it's making its way across this cavern. Easy pickings for a shot of some sort. Rin, you're up. And you're dead. Q. Sorry, I actually forgot, but let's keep this going. Q, we're back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna
You have to roll the thing.
I'm gonna shoot the one that Pua's fighting with.
Sure, roll to attack. What were you asking, Kenna? Rin, sorry.
I don't have to roll the death thing.
No, you are not doing a death save right now. You are stable, but your body is restrained against this
Gotcha.
rocky formation.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot with an arrow at the one that Pua's fighting.
Yeah.
And is Pua within 5 feet of it?
Yes.
Okay, can I sneak attack it?
Yes.
Cool.
If you hit, you can definitely do sneak attack damage.
Hit it.
Okay,
Hit it.
so
Woo.
19.
Nice. That'll definitely hit. Roll for damage.
So I'll roll and then I'll add an
Add the
extra
sneak
1d6.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it. Hello, by the way, to everyone watching.
Yes!
All right. How do you? What does it look like when you take this thing out, Q?
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna like duck because I'm like, oh, I don't want to hit Pua, and so I'm gonna, and it's gonna go like right through his little quill into it, and then it's just gonna hit it so hard that it's like.
Yeah, it
Like
explodes.
splattering.
It explodes, just going up to the ceiling and latching on with this sticky goop that starts to make its way and fall down as this thing falls apart. The mace.
Is that the one that had my mace in it?
It is, and the mace up in the air, and Pua, without looking, reaches out, grabs it out of air, and just gives you a nod.
Nice.
Okay. That
I
is
didn't
your.
have to roll for that or anything.
No, I just gave it to you. Anything else you want to do, Q, on your turn?
I'm just gonna finish moving towards Kenna and Benson. So I'm
Yeah,
in there.
you come right in, and Ken is still looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. You see her, just tears coming down her face as she's like just at the end of her wits, but so happy to see a lot of you.
Does she have like goop on her still?
Oh, she is
kind of like make sure she's not gonna choke on anything.
Yeah,
like...
she's a super gooper, and you go over and help to like start clearing it off of her face, off of her hair. Like, oh, honey, you need this right now. Definitely. Okay. After Q, Benson, you are up again.
And that killed that last one. So there's only one left.
There is
correct?
just one left, making its way slowly and ineffectually towards you.
Yes, I will, in a rare moment of bravery, step in front of the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Puffed, ready to go. And normally, casting Produce Flame is a very panicked, just kind of motion, but very intricately drawing on the powers of nature, flame in the hand.
Yeah. Doing a few extra flourishes to look cool.
Yes.
Yeah, roll to attack. A 20.
Hero.
All right. There is no way you don't kill this thing with this attack. So explain what this looks like.
It's a
and
very
an 8 too.
maneuver.
Yeah.
Yes. Very intricate maneuver, hand weaving, kind of stopping for just a moment, almost very kind of proper, very classy kind of movement, and then just whoop, very casual, just kind of looking behind.
Yeah.
You guys don't look at explosion style.
Yeah, you you turn around, and this is what the camera shot sees. We see Kenna looking at you, most of the goop gone from her hair, feathers, as her big bird eyes stare out at you. You turn towards her and give her a smoldering look as your flame goes into the middle of the room and just behind you as you just kind of give one of these with your long hair and neck. And we are out of combat. Kenna has it's not like the Beauty and the Beast I got kidnapped and I'm in love with my kidnapper syndrome, but it's like I was saved by Gaston and now I'm into
Are you
Hin
talking about
syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome?
But it's the opposite of that. Now, Kenna's kind of seems totally smitten with the ultra cool and brave Benson, who saved her. Yeah, I don't know what that. It's not Stockholm. It's anti-Holmes. It's Sherlock Holmes syndrome. Did you say Florence Nightingale?
Yeah, isn't that what it is? Like you fall in love with your savior?
It's could be.
Wow.
That works for me.
That's a deep dive.
So
I like it.
Kenna Florence Gale is saved. Although your friend Rin is still propped up, held up with the stickiest of slimes against one of these rock formations. Otherwise, there does not seem to be any danger around. You seem to be have no immediate threat.
I'm gonna go over to Rin, and I'm gonna take out my water thing, my water skin, and I'm gonna see if I can like pour water on the slime that's like holding her up and see if it like washes it away.
Yeah, you do. You use some water and some force, and you hold her as she comes down, and it's not terribly difficult to get her off of this. As you kind of lay her onto the ground, she is still unconscious.
I don't have any spells.
Can I do CPR?
Can I do a medicine check or pray over her or some shit? Because I don't have any magic.
You can do that. I would say even without rolling a medicine, you look at her and you can tell she is stable. She is not about to die, but she is totally unconscious. Gameplay mechanics at 0 hit points, though stable. Looking her over, and you can pray all you want. Go for it. You're a cleric. That's what you do. You're not a cleric. Are you a cleric?
Yeah, I'm a cleric.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
So there's no way to wake her up without magic?
There's no way to wake her up without hit points.
Oh.
Gotta collect some of those.
Can we take a rest in the caverns for a little bit before we head out again? Would that work?
We'd have to take a long rest.
Is your friend okay? I hope she's not too hurt.
Hey, Kenna, do you have any magic?
Magic? Oh no, I don't. I don't seem to have anything that can help her.
Smelling salts, maybe?
Smelling salts.
The doctor would have those, but we're not too close to the town. I don't know. Does she look okay? Thank you all for saving me. By the way, I haven't said thank you yet. Oh wait.
You're welcome.
Okay, yeah.
We'll let Benson say you're welcome.
Yeah, Kenna. I'm gonna go into the box that I was supposed to read. Sorry, I was gonna do that. Kenna runs toward the adventurers, but instead of the adventurers, I'm gonna say Kenna runs towards Benson. Thank you for saving me, but please, I need samples. The Corvum says, her eyes filled with determination. She almost lost her life, but is now begging you to help her collect ooze samples from slimes. But she's not this much of a dick, so I'm going to add this in. Once your friend is okay, I can give you something if you help me. Please, it's so important to my research, but also your friend's life is super important too. We shouldn't let her die. I can't go back to the Reach empty-handed. I've come so far.
Or with a dead
I've
body.
risked so much. Please. You can hear the desperation in her pleas.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Totally curious to what's happening around. Maybe just start. I don't know what samples are, but I'm just gonna start looking around. I haven't thought far enough to ask what samples.
Yeah, you start looking around, just looking for a sample.
Ooh. Can I try to bring Ren into consciousness by lighting some incense and blowing it in her face? Closest I got. Closest I got to smelling salts. That's all I got.
Gonna love that.
I would say
Smart, bro.
you don't think that would work.
Aww.
Yeah, she's OWT right now.
I bet if you got me a pet slime, I'd come back from the dead.
I'm gonna ask Kenna what the slimes do and why she needs them.
Right. She looks over at you, blinking. Although she noticed you before, she's been so all consumed by Benson, she hasn't taken a good look at you yet.
Yeah, hi, we're also here.
Oh,
What do these slimes do?
the slimes. Honestly, they seem to be such a mystery. All these different slimes seem to have different properties. We believe they could be used for medicine. To better understand them. At the very least, we could use the information to stay more safe when we move through the swamps. Maybe find out how to keep them away from the towns. It's the whole reason I came here.
Medicines like to bring people back from unconsciousness, like maybe a human or Mapak trial.
She looks over at Rin and says, perhaps, but if they have that sort of properties, we haven't researched enough to know that yet.
So we should just start feeding your slime.
I would not feed her slime. Trust me, I've ingested my fair share at this point, and it's not pleasant.
Ew.
Oh, well, you're not dead.
No.
So I've just been gathering just what I think samples might be. I'd like to just hold out just a bunch of just goo that I found to her.
Roll an investigation check.
A couple rocks.
Investigation. How does the alphabet work? There it is.
Oh, it's a 3. That's so good. I love low rolls. You know, like in a cartoon when a character reaches into their pocket and there's like the lint and some paper and a paper clip. This is your version of that. There's like some rocks and a lot of dirt and some really goopy stuff, and like a couple mushrooms. And she looks at them and goes, "Be careful, those are poison."
Just
I think we all look at Rin and hope that she didn't eat any of the poison ones.
I'm actually unconscious.
I don't know what you want to do. We could camp in this cavern. I think it's about as safe as it could be. I don't think there's any more slimes in the area. Otherwise, and she looks at Benson and say, well, you look strong. You could carry her.
I'm gonna go over to Ren and I'm going to just scoop her up. Just no hesitation.
Yep.
You're thinking, can I do this? Just.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
I will.
If you drop me, I swear to God. Oh no.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Strength check.
It's so bad. I'm so weak too.
She's got
You
a bump on her head.
grab her and scoop her up, and you feel good, and then you try to take a step. And your legs do that that awful wiggly thing, like when you did too many squats the day before, and then you're trying to go upstairs, and you go whoa, and you are able to catch yourself, but you don't think that alone you are getting too far with Rin. If one of your friends helps you, you will be fine.
The visual of the teeny tiny spindly legs is
I-
great.
Uh,
The little bird legs.
Benson is my favorite to visualize out of you guys, just because like this big lanky gangly druidy bird,
All right,
so
I'm
good.
gonna run over and be like, oh, and try and catch whatever parts of Rin are
Yeah.
falling.
Yeah, and you guys together can definitely do it. And she says, I can lead us back out towards uh, out of the marsh if you want, out of the caverns. I can lead us towards the marsh. I couldn't remember the word marsh, sorry.
I don't know that any of us have it in us to fight more of these things
You
on the way back out.
you wouldn't
We
I might
didn't
be
kill the ones at the beginning.
I might be able to lead us in a safe path. Um you wouldn't have to kill them, but and she pulls out a vial with a little stopper. If you could get close enough to one to just get a small sample, it does need to come from a live slime.
Wouldn't
So
it
if
be
we
dead
run
once
over
you
here-
take it?
No. We should be able to get just this little bit and run away super fast before they're able to get us.
Is that one still trapped in the dress? What if we just like scoop a little bit from the dress as we walk out?
Just get the whole slime in the dress.
Yeah.
It's 4 feet.
I wish.
You could certainly head back that direction. You're fairly sure you'd be able to find it easily enough.
I vote that.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Okay, you all not terribly quickly carrying your downed friend make your way back towards that cavern. And as you are getting closer, who's gonna kind of Pua, why don't you roll a perception? Because Q and Benson are kind of uh, holding up Rin.
All right, give me 1 second. I
You've
just type
got
my,
it.
I
Kenna's
typed my
just
note.
walking along with
Oh.
us, right?
Before you leave the room, who has the highest passive perception? Probably Benson with a 17, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So you notice something shiny on the ground where that big slime was.
Oh.
Ooh.
With a 17 passive perception, there's something on the ground there. Although you and Q are carrying your friend, so
Oh, do you see that over there? Just gotta like point my beak towards it because I got my hands tied up.
sure.
I do.
It's shiny.
It is shiny. What is it? I gotta go look.
Pua, you go over and you pick up this item. It is some sort of charm that can be placed on a necklace. It seems almost like a round kind of bird nest looking thing with a hand cupped underneath it. It looks as if it's made of woven strands of gold and bronze.
That sounds like a holy symbol. I can't detect magic on it right now, but perhaps later.
You can write down that you have a charm on you, and then we can, when you have the means, we can take a closer look at that item.
That sounds good. Charm.
If you're wondering what it looks like, I'll give you a visual.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's the shiny.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's pretty.
yeah, it looks almost like a bird's nest, and it has like kind of like a bird's hand, like a claw underneath it, holding it up.
Cool.
Okay, fast forward again. Pua, give me a perception check as you're getting closer to that.
Hold on, I'm putting away my papers now. A
soy
perception check. Right? Perception. Dirty 20.
You look around and you're looking. You look at the ceiling, you look all around. There only seems to be one slime in that room you were in before, and it is entirely encased in a very pretty dress.
Yay.
It seems that the other slimes have moved on, probably in pursuit of you earlier, but lost you at a certain point. And this particular slime has not been able to free itself from the frills and ruffles of the putty putty dress.
Checks out.
I mean, I guess we can try and get a sample of this one. Shouldn't Kenna do it?
I think Kenna could do it.
I tried. I'm not terribly good at it, as you saw. Just go scoop a little bit.
I don't know how I feel about this, Kenna.
It's for my research, for the best reasons, I promise. Please.
If you couldn't do it and you got stuck, how's it fair to make one of us do it? One of us is already laying there unconscious.
But you've already shown yourselves to be so capable and strong. She looks again at Benson.
As she says this, they're holding me up and my mouth is open and just drool.
And I go, oh, another slime. And then I just go, oh, no. The one in the dress is a sticky slime, right? Not a caustic slime. I think I have that. It was sticky.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. I think that was correct. That's why, because I think we said it stuck to the dress because it was a sticky slime, and that's why it was stuck. So someone can certainly attempt this if they would like to.
I'm barely holding up Rin right now.
I'm gonna swap it with my mace and hope that some like a little bit of gunk comes off.
Oh, smart.
Well, if you thwop it, you'll probably kill it.
Oh.
I
Son
have
of a bitch.
I have a little pair of scissors. Can I like snip off a part of it that's like a little pit that's coming off?
Sure. Roll a sleight of hand check, Q, as you go over with your scissors at the vial to try to get a little snippety snip.
Oh, please be.
Woohoo!
All right, you go over and you kind of get up next to it, and you watch this thing as it's like amorphous and undulating in front of you, and it falls in, and you just back up as this thing tries to, and it kind of just falls over, so it's laying on the ground, and the dress is dirty now. But it is still equally stuck in the dress, unable to move, as it's kind of like trying to like move like a slug towards you, but not working terribly well. And you stick the stopper in the bottle, and you do have a sample. And Kenna looks elated. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much. You saved my life, and you helped my research. This is wonderful."
Now
I'm gonna wink at her and then give Benson a little smirk. And I'm gonna just safekeeping hold that little sample in my coat for now.
Okay. Oh, you're holding on to it?
Yeah.
She will ask for it. She says, "Oh, please, I can hold on to it.
Okay, fine.
Thank you." And she like clutches it to herself and is all like
a shady bitch.
super excited. Y'all think everyone's shady though.
I don't trust any of you.
There was a child eating a lollipop. Murderer!
Seems sketchy.
You are Kenna helps lead your way out of these tunnels. You are she does find a side tunnel away from the one that collapsed that you were able to make your way. Your um, trek uh, through the marsh back towards the town uh, is uneventful, uh, although probably a little slow, carrying Rin as you go, and also with a Tagaron with you, this researcher Kenna. But um, it is full dark by the time you do reach back to the winnowing reach the winnowing reach. Yep, I said it. And um, it comes into view. Torches are lit. This is much the same as it was when you entered it the night before. Although earlier in the day you spent just about the whole day doing this, but there are people still out. It is not quite the middle of the night. Um, while you uh, are looking, you are there. You're there. I'm gonna stop talking now. I don't. I don't have words. You are in the winnowing reach. It is nighttime. You have Kenna. You have all of you.
I guess we should find Walter.
I feel like maybe we should revive Rin first.
Walter? Who's Walter?
Walter?
Walter Crane.
Walden?
Walden. You mean Walton?
Yeah.
Walden
Like
Crane.
the bookstore? Uh, oh, did he send you after me?
Maybe he can help our friend, since you couldn't.
Maybe. I could also call the doctor for you.
The one that charges money, that mouse guy?
That I would be happy. I would be happy to pay any medical charges for Rin's care.
You better.
You know, I got a little scrape while we were in there too.
Oh, I'm sure the doctor would be happy to look at all of you. You are all so brave. You saved me. Um, we should probably go to the Wrangler's Rest. Have you been there?
Is that where we slept?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then you'll already know Benny. She's a good friend of mine. She'll take care of you.
Yeah, she loves us. We're
Betty.
good friends. Yeah.
Okay. So for the second night in a row, you make your way up the steps towards the Wrangler's Rest with an unconscious party member, all of you looking beat up, and walk in. Much busier than the night before. Plenty of people there as they turn to see you. And as Betty turns towards you, her face just drops. And she's like, oh, no. And however, when she turns and sees Kenna, her face brightens up and she's Kenna, and she runs over and gives her a huge hug, ignoring the stickiness that is still like covering Kenna with this goop. And she says, "I was so worried. I was so worried about you, Kenna. I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so glad." Um, and Betty's little brother off to the side, you can see trying to look like a tough guy, but wiping some tears off his cheek as he walks back into the kitchen so no one sees. Oh, thank you, all of you. I can't believe you were able to get Kenna back. I heard that Walden sent you after them, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you've saved her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ren, I'm just gonna do a really pained smile, just like a.
Yeah. Oh, it looks as if your friend is hurt. Please, come upstairs. I'll bring you to the same room you were in yesterday. It's still open.
Climb
Yeah.
those stairs.
And she will lead you back. Kenna following along too, wants to make sure you're taken care of. Gets you into the room, and Kenna like puts her hand on Betty and says, "Betty, you should get the doctor. I think Rin is all right, but we should see." And Betty like stops herself from rolling her eyes. You know where you see the person who's being quite professional, and they really want to roll their eyes, but they're like, "I'm not gonna." And Betty kind of grits her teeth and says, "Yeah, sure, of course, I'll get the doctor," and then walks out, closing the door behind her.
I guess I'll put Rin in whatever bed's available. See if I can just let her down gently.
Sure. Yeah, you lay her down. Kenna says, I have a room here as well. It's right down the hall. Um, I'm going to go and clean up and get changed. I'll return tonight if you like. Otherwise, perhaps in the morning we can go and find Walden.
You could come back tonight to settle up with the doc. He doesn't like us very much.
Oh no? Uh, Certainly, yes. I'll come and speak to the doctor. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you again so much. I hope you all have a great night's rest. I know I need to sleep off this, and I need clean pajamas.
Great.
She'll,
Have a nice bath.
and she'll, thanking you again, just walk out of the room.
So I'm gonna grab my knees, like, and do a little tuck and roll, like you know how you can do that to stretch out your back.
Hmm.
So I'm just like doing a little tuck and roll and going, oh, God, I'm tired. Like rolling out my back.
um, I, I'll say, the doctor does manage to come. He looks over Rin. Uh, you guys mention that Kenna is gonna kind of settle up, so he nods. He says that he'll see her about that. Um, he says, uh,
I'm gonna hand him another candle.
I don't remember my doctor. My doctor voice, which is one of the reasons I'm trying to fast forward through this a little bit. And he kind of looks at it. He's like, "Well, uh, thank you. I again.
Bye.
And he'll leave. Um, you are all. If anyone wants to do anything before sleep, you can. Otherwise, we can kind of fast forward up to the next day.
Sure.
As we're like just settling down to bed, can I pull out the sword that I got off of the
Yes.
box and do appraising eye on it?
Ooh, explain to me what appraising eye is.
Here, I'll share it.
And
Once per short rest, by spending an action to examine an item, you can determine any magical properties it has, as well as how they might be used or activated, and a fair estimation of its market price.
Great, 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 great. So this is
cool.
It is not a magical item.
Okay.
But it definitely has a market price above what, um, above its initial value of like the kind of sword it is.
Okay.
So, I think we did a history check on this, right? And you guys were not able to determine like what it is. Exactly. So you don't know necessarily its significance. Yeah, you could probably ask around to try to figure that out if you want to. But you do know that it is definitely worth more than a normal sword. Let me double check.
Yeah, all we found out was that it has a rose crest on the pommel and it's
Yes.
finely made.
Yep, definitely. With your appraising eye, you would say it probably sells for twice as much the going rate for a short sword. So it is a short sword, but it would sell at double the rate at market.
Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. I just put it back in my stuff.
Definitely. And mark that down somewhere. I mean, I can always look it up again too, but.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Awesome.
Night.
All right. You all get the benefits of a full rest in a bed. Same bed 2 nights in a row. You all regain all of your hit points, all of your spell slots. You regain the spent hit die if you spent them, and you wake up still a little groggy the next morning, stretching and giving yourselves just that little bit extra time to lay in bed for a little bit before you're up, ready to go. as you're all getting up, preparing for the day, there is a soft knock on the door, and Kenna does enter, and she looks uh, like she could probably use a little bit more rest herself, though seems happy and excited to be here. She says, "Hi, I do hope you all rested well."
Who's this broad?
Oh, so good to meet you finally. Uh, my friends tell me your name is Rin. I'm Kenna. You you all saved me.
I saved you? Did that happen while I was asleep?
Not exactly.
Well, I saw you bravely fighting that giant slime.
You tried the lasso thing again. It didn't go great.
Oh, but you guys did bring me back a pet slime, right? It's somewhere. It's gotta be somewhere.
It's outside. Yeah, we paid a kid to watch it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I told him explicitly not to lose it. He said he couldn't promise anything. So if it's not there, it is not our fault.
Kenny, have you ever had a pet slime?
A pet slime? No, I've spent some time around them at this point, and I don't know that I'd want one in my home.
Oh, weirdos.
I've been inside a slime and it's not great.
Yeah.
So, we've got Kenny. We survived the slimes. I did get a pet slime. What's next? Walter's gonna give us some money.
We can certainly go to the magistrate's house to speak to Walden.
I think that would be good.
All right. You guys make your way around to um, the northern end, towards the magistrate's house. This magistrate's house is pretty fancy, right? It is also built up high into the boughs of a tree, and there seems to be multiple rooms about. This kind of winding staircase leads up to the main room, but the other one seems to be built off of it. Of this very light material that looks great. It seems to be getting sun from everywhere. There's a lot of rounded walls so that it can get sunlight no matter the time of day. And Kenna knocks on the door twice and then just lets herself in, leaving the door open behind for all of you.
All on
All
through.
right.
All right. As you all walk in, unannounced, Walden is there and kind of turns to the lot of you, blinking in surprise at all these people walking through the door. But then eyes going wide a bit as he notices Kenna. And Kenna walks right up to him. She says, "Look!" Holding up that vial of ooze for the magistrate to see. The magistrate gives her a look of disapproval, which goes unnoticed. Nodding his head slightly to the travelers. That's you guys. The magistrate begrudgingly thanks the party.
It really wasn't necessary to go to all that trouble for a few samples, but thank you for your help.
Hold up, Walter. I'm pretty sure you specifically asked us to get slimes. I'm like at least 75% sure that went down.
Well, I asked you to take care of some of the slime population while you were there, but it seems in order to get Kenna back, you must have done that. Here, this is for each of you.
And the magistrate will reach into his coin pouch and give each of you 5 gold pieces.
That's literally doubled my net worth.
I'm pretty sure there's also supposed to be some kind of a letter for the Elder Heart in here as well.
Yeah, where's our letter?
Because we're for sure going to need that.
So the magistrate says,
Yes, about that. Kenna, my dear, you should go continue with your research. We will speak later today.
and she kind of like nods happily, excitedly, and says, I'll see all of you around. I saw there was a new cart in the middle of town, selling some sort of wares. I'm gonna go see what that cat lady had to sell. Um, and and she'll leave. Um, the magistrate kind of beckons you in to a further room as he starts to unlock it. Turning a few knobs and pushing a few levers, a clunk is heard, and the chamber door is bolted. Oh, I guess that's the chamber door for the outside of the house. Okay, he locked the door to the house. Satisfied that you are alone, the magistrate lets out
Murder house.
a big sigh before turning around to you. He looks concerned and tired. And he says, if you are here for the remainder of the day, I may need your help on another matter, and I am willing to pay for your assistance. The swamp, he begins hesitantly, is home to a foul sorceress, a witch who dabbles in evil magic. I need you to discreetly take care of her. If it got out that I allowed this, I'd be finished, especially after what happened to Ash Barrow. Everyone is scared. Think of the wood. Do what is best for it. Do this one thing for me, and I swear I will write a letter to the Birdfolk Council.
You tell us that already.
All right, hold on a second, Walter, and I'm going to gather everyone for a little Team Awesome huddle, and I'm going to be like, this guy's sketchy. I think that we don't go kill a swamp lady for him.
I don't think I want to go murder someone.
I mean, I kind of do, but
that tracks.
I just have a need, this insatiable need. So I think we should tell him we want the letter now, and then say we'll kill the witch if he gives us like 20 gold each. Like, mark it up, baby, because he's got bank, clearly.
I don't know, what do you think, Pua?
I want the letter up front.
Yeah.
You want to do the murdering?
Well, I mean, I am a
What are you
cleric.
talking about over there?
Walter, shut up! Don't eavesdrop!
We're talking about murdering you.
I'm a dude
What?
who lives in the shack in the marsh and does magic, so I'm a little nervous people might think I'm a weirdo witch. So I don't want to go kill some nice person who maybe just likes to brew a little bit of potions in her free time.
She's an evil sorceress.
Says you, Walter. Stop eavesdropping. So rude. God.
I think Pua's right. I think we need to get the letter up front,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe once we have it in hand, we can agree to go check the situation out.
Can I insight check him, like, to see if he really thinks that this person is
Yeah.
evil, or if he's just being a little bitch?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
I forgot about insight checks.
That's a natural
20.
20.
He's a fucking demon. No, not really. He seems genuinely scared. From the way he's talking, he seems genuinely scared that this person who he's scared that this individual is in the swamp near his town. He definitely thinks it would benefit not just this town, but the wood overall, to get rid of this evil witch. He definitely sounds like,
Did he really forget about our letter, or is he being a shisty McShysterson?
no, he didn't forget about it. It just sounds like he didn't write it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems like he's itching to give you more information about this witch, and you also think you could probably get, a little money out of it since he's so freaked out by this.
Right. Maybe you show him what your coat's filled with, and you see if that maybe changes his mind a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
I'd like to cast. I'm going to put my hands on Rin's shoulders and say, "Why don't you go see if we can up our price?" I'm going to cast guidance.
Guided to be a shit.
Well, he hasn't offered you any money yet, so.
No, well, that's fair.
Where are your skills?
I'm clicking as fast as I can. That's what it does.
So you're gonna be able to add a D4, right? Yep.
The target code for an add the number what?
To one ability check. So I imagine you're doing this for charisma.
Probably because my charisma.
Oh, of its choice. So it can be any ability check that you choose to roll it for. So it doesn't matter.
All right, so
you intimidate him.
ooh, I do like that. Okay, so I'm gonna like saddle up to Walter. I'm going to just sort of casually open my coat, all my weapons gleaming, and I'm gonna say, "So Walter, if we take care of this witch problem, how much money are you willing to give us? In addition to this letter, which you will give us before we go out and catch a witch for you."
Sure. Roll an intimidation check, and add a D4 to it. With plus a D4, so that's a 9. That makes it a 10, which is okay. He does kind of take a step back and looks at you, and he says,
Yes, you seem awfully capable of taking care of this creature. I'd love for you to do it for the good of us here and winning reach and for the wood surrounding us. But yes, I could certainly offer you 5 gold pieces each for this service.
Okay. I'm thaumaturgying him. I'm over people's bullshit.
I don't know what bullshit you mean, but go for it.
I'm gonna stomp my little feet again. I'm so tiny. You send us all over the caverns and the caves and the slime for 5 gold pieces each. You don't have our letter when we get back. And now you only want to give us 5 gold pieces to fight a witch? Try again, Walder.
Isn't it Walden?
It's Walden, like the bookstore.
I like it better that we're all just screaming
Yeah.
at him with the wrong name.
So he kind of takes a step back and says,
See here, I am the magistrate of this town.
And I serve a power higher than you.
Oh, Walter, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble with Ardia.
he says,
Pua has like God on his side.
you can roll an intimidation check as well, but since one of your team members already tried intimidation and it did not work, I need you to roll at disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Of course, I rolled a natural 20 again.
Yeah, but that's a 7. He seems kind of a little annoyed, right? Because he is a pretty strong, high up political figure in the wood overall, right? And I'm gonna just like kind of using your insight check from before the nat 20 you got. He's kind of sick of y'all bullshit, in his mind, because he was asking you to do this, and yes, he wants your help, and he is kind of keeping it composed, but you can see he does not like being yelled at like this in his own house. Definitely not. And he says,
If this evil sorceress is allowed to stay in the wood, it will lead to terrible, terrible deaths.
So why don't you go take care of it?
Our guard is needed here, especially after the fires, after the destruction of an entire town. We need to protect us here. This would protect us for the future. She has a small curled horn she wears. It said it might be a demon horn, the source of her power.
This isn't like an ex-wife situation, is it?
No, it's not my. No. She moved to a different town. She's no. This is a evil witch that is popped up in the woods with a demon horn summoning terrible, terrible things. Bring that horn here. I would see it destroyed before my own eyes. I want it destroyed, and I want to know that nothing like that will ever darken our lands again.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little conversation that you're not gonna eavesdrop on. While we're doing that, you're gonna sit down at your desk and write our letter, so that when we're done chatting, the letter will be done.
I can't write it now. I don't have my correct stationery here.
I'm gonna take out my
I don't
quill
have
and
my
parchment and hand it to him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take it. He's like, I don't have the stamp of the city. I have to go to my office for those things.
So go.
If you want an official letter, it will take a little bit of time. I will have it for you later this afternoon. It should not take you that long to get there and back. It's much closer than the marsh was.
I want to wait for this letter before I do more crap for this.
Yeah.
What about if he gives it to our friend in the market while we're gone, and he doesn't get what we bring back until we verify she's got the letter? No letter, we keep the weird demon horn thing, and we're on our way.
And then maybe we'll use the demon horn against you.
Yeah, maybe we'll cook it and eat it and cook demons ourselves.
I 100% know how to do that.
I don't know if you've heard, but I'm magic.
I will be happy to write this letter for you. I will.
And give it to our friend?
I suppose so.
No letter, no horn.
I understand. Yes, I have it.
I think
Checking.
I think we've got an agreement. Maybe it's time you unbolt the door, weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Like best Foley work I got, guys. Please, and do keep it quiet. I don't want to spook the residents.
Is he gone? Did he close the door and go back inside?
Yeah, as you guys leave, he closes the door behind you.
Can I immediately turn to Rin and be like, hey, so could you make like a fake horn with your makeshiftness? And maybe we could try and like pretend that we killed her, but we didn't actually do it because he's clearly very terrified. We could just hang out all afternoon and then come back with like a fake horn.
I love this plan.
I would like to throw some props out to chat because chat is definitely encouraging us to burn this guy's house to the ground.
I'm really into that.
Also, I have a disguise kit, so I could make one of us look like a witch and scare him.
Can we fabricate
Maybe it will work. I don't know.
What race is the witch?
You do not know. I would say he gave you like a general direction towards her house in the swamp. And you have some time to think about what you are going to do, because we'll pick it up there next time.
Burn it to the ground! Blame the witch!
I will also point out that you got what is probably a magical item, but did not figure out what it does. So you can also do that next time.
Put it in the notes so we don't forget.
Yeah.
That was
that little
Pua's-
charm that
Pua's
Pua picked
charm,
up.
yeah.
Ah, yes. I
Mhm.
got that thing.
Maybe we'll choke on it.
So, according to chat, she's a witch. Burn her. So chat wants you to both kill the witch
And we'll.
and Walden.
Whoa.
That's some.
They want us to burn his house down and forge a letter.
I dig it.
I'm
Yeah,
into it.
that's some
I'm
that's
into
some
that.
murdo hobo stuff, chat. I don't know about all
I
that.
loved being a murder hobo.
It's really hard to follow a campaign book when y'all being murder hobos. Not gonna lie.
I know nothing but being a murder hobo, Matt. I don't know what you want me to do.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. Thank you guys for playing with this game with me again. Sorry the internet went out halfway through, so this video kind of got split up into two parts, but super fun night tonight. A big old battle. People dying, people living, people falling in love. We had it all.
We never get to see Penny again.
If you like if you liked watching this, if you like the stuff we do, give us a follow. It'll give you notifications of all the stuff. I know Josh is like Murder Hobo's bad. It's so funny. I love
No, and our good
Homicide
friend Mike
Wanderer.
just yes replied
Yeah.
homicide
Oh,
wanderer.
I also like that a lot. All right. Well, thank you again. Give us a follow on this. Check out our social media. We're always trying to be active on there. And we'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Adios.
Bye, guys.